But I think all is rosy in the garden at
Bro,
Man United.
Luke Shaw's a good footballer, bro. I just don't like his attitude. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like his attitude because technically Luke Shaw is one of the best left backs in the league. When it comes to carrying the ball, when it comes to striking the ball, receiving the ball, all of those things, he's very technically sound, but he's lazy, bro. And that's what I don't like. I don't believe as a professional athlete, yeah, five managers are complaining about how you take care of yourself. Like, it's not good enough. Like, from Southampton, from 16 years old upwards, every single manager he's played for has complained about his lack of effort and complained about his lack of conditioning. Do you know what I mean? Like Jose Mourinho saying that it's my brain and his body, and the guy doesn't like he's not listening. Do you know what I mean? Van Gaal had him training by himself to lose weight and doing extra running because he was overweight. Do you know what I'm saying? And Van Gaal was the manager that brought him in and he had him running by himself. And every single manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had Brandon Williams playing ahead of Luke Shaw. Every single manager this guy has played for has had a problem with him. And it's not because he cannot play football.
Yeah, listen, I mean, look, technically, we all know what he can do. We all know that he's a very good player, got a nice left foot. To me, he looked fitter at the moment. I don't know if I'm just imagining that, but yesterday when I saw him playing, there was one instance where he was tracking back down the line and he caught up his man, knocked him off the ball, and I thought, you just look a bit trimmer.
He is. The managers has everyone on a diet, to be honest. The managers takes everyone's weight and their body fat, and he makes sure he keeps them a certain place. And that's what Bielsa done at Leeds as well. Like, if you're over a certain weight, do you know what I mean? Like, for you're not playing. And that's what the manager's on. The manager's on the same thing. So everyone's body weight and everything's being monitored. So he can't do that under this manager.
No, absolutely. And the fact that there's this competition for places now, like with Malacia there. You brought in Malacia, he started the games, and you're saying, okay, Luke, there you go. That's what you're up against if you want to play. And that's what I like. This manager's come into United. Everyone was talking about, well, what's he going to do? The biggest issue is going to be the Ronaldo situation. And I think he's kind of shown Ronaldo, you're Ronaldo, but I'm the boss. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just going to play you because your name is Ronaldo. And that, for me, scores huge points at Man United, I think, because other managers haven't done that. Other managers, it was, he's playing week in, week out. It don't matter what he does, what the formation. So, look, I think Man United you'll definitely be up there. But I do think that the top four is, I think City are going to win it. I think Chelsea will be second. I think now they've got Potter. And then I think
I'm worried about Chelsea, you know. I can't even lie. I said it today. The reason why I'm worried about Chelsea is not necessarily because of the manager. It's because I know that they have the players, bro. Do you know what I mean? If it clicks for them, they're very, very hard to beat. I think if we don't get top four, it'll be because of Chelsea. I am worried about Chelsea. I'm not worried about Liverpool. Liverpool suck. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not worried about them. And to be fair, like, you lot, if you didn't have Conte, I wouldn't be worried about you either. But Conte just knows how to get over the line. Like, you'll keep picking up points even if you're not playing well. So it's one of them things where I think it's between us and Chelsea for that last spot. But you never know with Arsenal, man, because I think they're gonna go through a bad run soon. It just depends on how long it's gonna be, but it will definitely happen. It always does.
Yeah, I think when I look at it at the moment with Chelsea, the reason I mentioned the manager was I think the worst thing that happened for the rest of the Premier League and the rest of the teams at the top was Tuchel being sacked because the squad is so good. They've got so much depth there. They can switch easily from a 4 to a 5, or if you want to call it a 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. They've got so many midfielders. They've now got Aubameyang score goals. If they can get Broja scoring a few, Sterling will grab them goals. They can rotate their wing backs. I think you'll have them playing good football, and I think they're a shoo-in for top 4. Them, I really do.
Yeah, bruv, I hope you're wrong, but I can completely see you're working out, bruv. I'll be honest. Like, I can see it. It was always going to be down to the manager situation. They have the players. They absolutely have them. So when I'm looking at it right now, you guys have got the players, especially in attacking areas. You seem to just be scoring goals. And then I look at Arsenal. Arsenal are playing with a lot of confidence at the moment, but they do not have a bench, bruv. They don't. Even against Liverpool, it's mad because I was watching the game and Arsenal scored that second goal against the runner play at the end of the first half. They were under pressure, man. Under a lot of pressure, and they got that goal on the break. Like, they looked like they were going to capitulate in that game. And the thing is with Arsenal, I said Arteta's got to change things, but then people in chat saying we've got nothing on the bench. They got nothing on the bench. They've got absolutely nothing on the bench. They're one or two injuries away from being in dire straits, bro.
I think what's going to help them at the moment, at this stage of the season, is going to be that they're able to rotate 7 or 8 players for Europa League games. However, like Henry said to me last night, Henry Wright TV said, if they go deeper into that competition and then the opposition starts to become a bit better, are you leaving out Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, or are you going, hang on, we're now playing the better teams in the competition. We need those big players to play. So, look, I think the worst thing that would happen, though, for the rest of the league is for Arsenal to get knocked out of Europe. We want them playing games. We don't want them out of Europe. You know, and that's, I always think it's a double-edged sword. Like when everyone was laughing at Tuchel and Chelsea, I said, no, keep Tuchel. Tuchel's going to be the reason they don't compete. But look, there's a long way to go, right? Is it 29 games, something like that?
Oh yeah, there's a long way to go, and it's a long season, and also it's a World Cup year. Do you know what I mean? So it really depends. It really depends. And I said, who isn't a few injuries away from panic, bro? The difference is between Arsenal, and other teams is with Arsenal in attacking areas, they don't have a lot of quality. Like they don't. Like it's one of them things where you swap Jesus for Nketiah, it's a big downgrade. Like it's a massive downgrade. Like Gabriel Jesus literally is the trigger for your press. He's the player that wins the ball back for you. The player, like even the second goal, Gabriel Jesus is the one that picks up the ball on the edge of the box, beats a player, and then plays the pass, starts the counter attack. Like he's so important for Arsenal. Like you can't even begin to describe the amount of quality that this guy brings to the midfield, to the attack that was not there before. Because even now, Arsenal have a lot of possession, keep a lot of the ball, but they don't create a lot of chances. When they played us, they didn't create a lot. When they played you, they didn't even create a lot either, bro. They didn't create a lot of chances. They put you under a lot of pressure by keeping the ball, and then the ball goes to Odegaard, then it goes sideways, then it goes sideways, and then Jesus might do some little nice, neat feet and go past people, and he's opened something up. But if he's not there and that ball's gone into Nketiah, nobody cares again. Like, it's not the same threat. It's not the same threat at all. It's just like Man United. If we lose, if we lose Casemiro, we have to play McTominay. But cool, McTominay's been at the club, so it's not the end of the world. If we lose Eriksen, out of all of our players, Christian Eriksen is the midfielder that gives us something different that we don't have. But we still have Donny van de Beek to come back into the team who's injured. We still have Fred that's played for the club already. We still got players that we know can do a job. When them man don't have Thomas Partey again, it's a different Arsenal team completely. Just one player. That's it.
But sometimes that's what it is, right? Sometimes in a season, teams that I'm not sitting here rant saying Arsenal winning a league title at all.
No, they're not.
But sometimes the difference between having a successful season and not can be just a couple of injuries, right? If you look over the years, when Leicester won the league, for example, they hardly got any injuries, and that 11 managed to play once a week in, week out, and look fresh. Had they that season had 2 injuries to Vardy and Mahrez, different story, right? And that's the fine lines in football, and that's why I know banter and all that, and fans love to have a go at other fans' rivals, but I don't ever go over the top because you just know it can switch just like that on an injury.